Hello, and thanks for watching Jeff's Tech 702 today. So this is a first video of a new series I'm doing. The series is called Rise and Shine Retro Reviews. Essentially, what it is I'll take an old product, an old technology product, and review it. It'll be stuff that I have here. It'll be stuff that I don't have, but hopefully I can try to get my hands on. So today will be my first review. Essentially what I'll do is I'll try to post them or create and post the videos between 12 a.m. and 9 a.m. Hence the name Rise and Shine. So there'll be real early morning reviews for those people who get up bright and early and want to watch some tech videos. My first video today will be the Apple iMac G3 Summer 2001 edition. That's the snow color. So why don't we go ahead and dive on in. Let's go take a look. And here it is in all of its glory. The iMac G3 from summer 2001. And like I said, this is the snow edition. So as you can see, it is that, I want to say, it's the white color, but it's less transparent than the others. You can still see inside of it if you look closely. I do have a bunch of stuff reflecting off of it here, but this is my iMac G3. I actually got this iMac G3 off of Craigslist for just $80. In perfect working order. Even came with the original keyboard and mouse that shipped with this iMac G3. The speakers work great. The CRT display looks great. It's super quiet. Hardly makes any sound, even when that hard drive is spinning. And because it doesn't have really any fans in it, it's all the convection based. Oh, convection. Whatever the hell it's called. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. The operating system and everything inside it. So it is running Mac OS 9.2.2, which was the last version of the classic Mac OSs. This one happened to be released, this update to Mac OS 9 was the last one, which was released in 2001. So let's go ahead and power on. And like I said, the speaker quality on this old Mac is just fantastic, surprisingly. I use it as a jukebox, play music off of it and such. There's the Happy Mac logo, so we know it's running good. Mac OS 9.2, and it does boot it up relatively quickly, because this was one of the last few models of Mac OS or of the iMacs to natively ship Mac OS 9 as its standard operating system. Alright, so it's almost finished booting up. There we go. So this is your desktop of Mac OS 9. As you see right down here, we have what is a little taskbar, and just has little quick features you can get to it. So I can control the sound from here. Pretty loud. And all other sorts of stuff. I can quickly get to iTunes or music or iTunes or whatever from here. And I can always close it. But it is technically a predecessor to the dock that we do see today in Mac OS 10. Let's go ahead and just show you around the operating system real quick. Now you do have a, sorry for the glare. Now this is the Apple logo you would click on. It's a little different than it is today. Back then I would say about this computer and just give you some different options. You can set up your airport, profiler, calculator, your control panels, and just a bunch of other little applications and such. Let's go ahead and click on about this computer. We do see we have Mac OS 9.2. I do have 512 megabytes of RAM in this thing. This iMac did come and still has its original RAM and 40 gigabyte hard drive in it. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few applications here. We'll first off with start off with Microsoft Word, and this is Microsoft Word 98, and it starts up super quick. To be completely honest, this version of Microsoft Word is just as good as some of the new ones. You still get all the features. I could write an essay on this thing with no problem. Obviously, I can go ahead and type, and it works fine. And I do have all my bars and toolbars up there up top, so I do have everything I need. And it was a great old version of Microsoft Word. It doesn't like me right there when I press delete too much. So we'll go ahead and exit out of this. And I will go ahead and turn that volume down just a tad bit. Here we go, that's a lot better now. So what I do have here is a version of iTunes, the last version of iTunes that was made for Mac OS 9. And you do see some similarities to the version of iTunes now. There are quite a few things that are different that that has changed over time. You can see that this was a version of iTunes that was made for both Mac OS 10 and Mac OS 9 due to the Aqua toolbars here and everything, which it's the same application on here as it was on Mac OS 10, except you don't have your little traffic signal up here. You just have the regular square to exit out with. But it is iTunes 2, I believe. Yep, iTunes version 2.0.3. Copyright 2001. So that is quite a classic right there. Now, this operating system has been unsupported as of 2002. Therefore, no modern browsers are made for it. Except for one. Essentially what this is a group, and they have this web browser called Classilla. What they do is they use the Mozilla Firefox base for their web browser, the old classic Mozilla Firefox. But what they do is they update it, and they basically make a web browser that you can use on Mac OS 9 here in the modern world. What it does is it incorporates mobile pages into a desktop environment. So you can run modern internet fairly well on this old iMac G3. And here is the home page for Classilla. Let's say I wanted to go to Google. Enter. So it's going to give me a version of Google. It's like a mixture of a desktop version and a mobile version. But I can go ahead and search iMac. Oops. iMac G3. Didn't want to put that, but it'll probably realize it. So yeah, so it's a pretty, for the most part, modern looking version of Google. I can go ahead and click on this and look at this up on Wikipedia. The only thing it really can't do is play videos for the most part. Obviously this thing is too old. This processor cannot handle it. Displays pictures perfectly fine, text. It's a great web browser for this old classic Mac OS. And last but not least, I have the Finder here. Now the Finder was a little bit different back then, or the Macintosh HD. However, basically the system you use to access your files. So you click on it, instead of the nice view, well, we do have the nice view here with your folders and then the subfolders. But anytime you clicked on it, it would open it up in a new window, and it would just keep opening up in a new window, in a new window. Therefore, or if it couldn't, it went too far to the point where you can't open any more windows, but that's all it would do, and that's one thing that they fixed with Mac OS 10. So, overall, this has been my iMac G3 review. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for some more Rise and Shine retro reviews here to come. Most likely going to be posting them on Monday mornings, but I might sneak in a few on different weekdays here and there. Thank you so much for watching retro review or Rise and Shine retro reviews here today on Just Tech 702. You have a great day, and thanks for watching.